At least for now. Belki buraya gelip alıyorlar. Buraya gelip mesela yanlış. Ya, yanlış. O zaman buraya gel, ben vereyim, vereyim. Buraya gel. Evet, evet. Ayağım ve gözüme geçiyor. Ama güzel ama çok sanki ben bir yere çok sanki tamam. There's no connection problems. Hani güç bizlerde mi? Evet. Yani hangi güç? Evet, varmış yani. The reading is too long. Kolay gelsin bayramlar. Evet. We'll be reading these two articles. I'll be leaving it here in the evening, but we also have this excellent book. Many chapters. This is many chapters that we got the classical propagation, uh, like the Lorentz model, and etc. We got intravenous absorption. I'm not gonna dive into soul state a lot, but still, we got excitations, excitons, excitons. We got the luminescence, which I'm also not gonna dive into a lot. Quantum wells, I'm not gonna dive into a lot. Free electrons will be covering. I'm gonna try to read all of these chapters as much as I can. Non-linear optics, definitely not gonna dive into that. So we also have this great book, which has lab now chapters, but it's still a good book. It is. It got surface plasmons, a whole chapter for surface plasmons. It got okay, got nothing else, just that chapter. And also the electron hole pair creation, which means excitance. This means excitance. Electron pair creation is exciting. We'll be reading these two. We'll try to cover these two as much as we can. I got my printed out. Let's again go to here. Doesn't really But my sound is on. All input capture. Okay. A lot of articles that I keep here that I hopefully read one day, but I'm just gonna go through these two because I have to eventually. Okay. So I read this part, which basically talks about the surface plasmon polaritons. It defines what the surface plasmon polaritons is. Basically a electromagnetic mode. The difference between an electromagnetic wave and an electromagnetic mode is that an electromagnetic mode has some boundary conditions to occur. So an electromagnetic wave is basically any space in any penetration length. But an electromagnetic mode firstly got a name of you know like example is the SPP modes, and it has some boundary conditions and it has some penetration lengths. Let's ask that to GPT. Confirm. Does does all uh say does all is electromagnetic modes has a limited penetration means. Oh, but many on depending on the medium they are traveling through and their frequency, there are some key factors that determine penetration length of enemies. But I said modes. GPT. Okay, you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there. Uh, at the moment, we just have this light line interaction that's bounded by some boundary conditions that uh, occurs with uh, the electromagnetic mode. Okay, what we know is that it also doesn't leave the surface of the metal. It cannot penetrate. It cannot propagate out of the surface. It has to propagate along the surface, and it decays exponential, not sure, but the case. Also, yeah, no, there are applications like sensors or, determining liquid crystals, sub-wavelength optics, like I think it becomes to lambda over 4 scale uh, to beat the diffraction on it. That I mean, it's uh, beats the diffraction on it by 1/2. And this is the here. It's gonna cover the 4 different length scales, which is the SPP propagation lengths. You can actually SPP wavelengths, the penetration depth into the metal and penetration depth into the dielectric. And here's a schematic for that. So I cannot still determine this relation between why penetration length is you know, the longest and penetration that between metal is the lowest and etc. Those kind of relations. Like I cannot make that analysis yet, but I think the paper will do that for us and we'll go through it. One of the questions that I want to answer here that why cannot this electromagnetic mode cannot leave the surface. That's an important question, and I want to answer it mathematically. I will try to do that actually for the next case. Also show. Is that skills come from using the skills? Okay, let's understand the paper. This paper organized as follows. Reading by developing the concept of surface plasma polaritons dispersion diagram, okay, and understanding of which greatly helps in exploring many aspects of SPP physics, okay. Like, I know enough about SPP physics, but we'll still go through it. Cannot makes enough analysis using the physics. The four different length scales associated with SPPs are then explored in detail and their physical implications and discussed. Okay, this is what I need from this paper. This paper concludes by looking at some challenges that lie ahead. Okay, we should point out that we have considered only silver as the metal. Okay. Uh, I know that my group is going to be covering gold nanoparticles, but okay. And another air as the overlying the electric medium, okay. However, for our purposes here, that often must be between different length scales, this restricted analysis is sufficient to give us considerable insight. Okay, so it worked for generalizing the concepts. Okay. Which can be understood by others previously examined their special relation. Relation between angular frequency and in plane wave vector. This is parallel. Parallel graph. You know what? My uh my own article can be useful here. We can also use this because I examined the physics very well here. Okay. Wait, I'm seeing my yes. Mhm. Okay, so max allocations in under appropriate boundary conditions, we obtain this dispersion relation. Okay, You know, we need further physics, and I know that further physics. So many try to explain it. Know that further physics, which is what you mentioned. Well, I know that further physics. I would love to do the math, but I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can just do it over latex. What do you say? Some kind of latex. This is my sweatshirts. Most of the parts, like 30 minutes. We can keep these parts, and I can continue from here, right? Explain. Section. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna try to explain how we obtain this thing right here. Okay. Um. Okay, so many of the configurations, like many of the relations, are in here, which explains. I mean, yeah, there are different plasma resonances, like using transverse wave and longitudinal waves. Transverse waves refers to localized plasma resonance in the plasma polarities, and a transfer wave, like, refers to that's this relation. No, this is longitudinal waves. And this is the transverse waves. Okay, and this transverse wave right here is refers to um, this. This is the dielectric, relative dielectric, relative permittivity, which was the square root, which was the it's squared of the root, but nice, right? But it gives this relation, and this right here gives this by where did we define the oh shit, where is it? I got deleted. Yeah, I was looking for this plasma frequency. It's this relation right here um, becomes here somehow. So transfer things, let's say. How do I? So Do we have dog products or something like that? Products in the test. See dogs. What has it to twist? Right? Let's give it a shot. Delicious. Oh, it's not helping me. She's not no. Oh, I think I should just do this. Like, I got it. Hold on. It worked. Yes, it is. Um, that was sort of like Vulcan. Yeah, right. But, maybe just to know whatever these basic for meter number. How is it? Raise good. Okay. It's like my name and everything too. So to explain. It's not how yet. So all the It's like about plasmids. Mhm. So, for exciting. I don't trust. Yeah. Next. Why is it cool? What's the first condition? Like, sorry. Easy to. I'm gonna explain why these are bigger thing. Why have that? These are the conditions to have a. Um, so D right here represents the wave vector of the dielectric on the dielectric, in the dielectric. I don't know what phrase to use, but this first metal and this first dielectric. You know what? I'll get back to this one. Let's go and be dark. Let's just accept that this one. Okay. Yeah. So this has a more of a responsive nature. Right? I think I find a really cool channel. I'll watch it in a stream, but I think I'll get. Oh, I want to see if I'm gonna get. Mm, I think we first got. I think we first get. Uh, sure. Yeah, just spectral. Yes, so spectral. Oh, jeez. Really? Okay.
The hairy ball theorem, a ball covered in hair, like a fuzzy tennis ball. The theorem says you can't smoothly comb down all the hair on this ball without creating a tuft, like a cowlick on your head somewhere. In mathematical terms, it's about continuous tangent vector fields on spheres. A tangent vector field assigns a direction, a vector, to each point on a surface, like the sphere. Think of it as combing the hair at each point on the sphere in a consistent direction. When combing the hair on a fuzzy ball, like a coconut or a tennis ball, no matter how you comb, there will always be a spot where the hair stands up, just like a cowlick. Henry Poincaré first proved this for the two-sphere, the ordinary sphere, in 1885. Later, Blitzen, Egbertus, John Brouwer extended it to higher human dimensions. Next time you see a hairy ball, remember that even math has rules for combing. The dichotomy paradox. Zeno's paradoxes are a set of philosophical problems that question how motion is possible. The dichotomy paradox is one of them. In the paradox of the cheetah and the snail, a cheetah is in a race with an espresso charged snail. Suppose that the cheetah is sprinting at 10 meters per second, that the snail is zooming at 1 meter per second thanks to the espresso shot, and that the snail starts 9 meters ahead of the cheetah. On the face of it, the cheetah should catch the snail after 1 second, at a distance of 10 meters from where it starts, and 1 meter from where the snail starts. Before the cheetah can catch the snail, it must reach the point where the snail started, but in the time it takes to do this, the snail slithers a little further forward. So next, the cheetah must reach this point. But in the time it takes the cheetah to achieve this, the snail inches forward a tiny bit further, and so on to infinity. Every time that the cheetah reaches the place where the snail was, the snail has had enough time to get a little bit further, and so the cheetah has another run to make. Zeno concludes that the cheetah has an infinite number of catch-ups to do before it can catch the snail, and so the cheetah never catches the snail. The birthday problem. The birthday problem in probability theory asks, what is the chance that in a group of n randomly chosen people, at least 2 of them share the same birthday? The birthday paradox refers to the surprising fact that you only need 23 people for there to be a better than 50% chance that 2 of them share a birthday. This is a veridical paradox, meaning it seems wrong at first, but is actually true. At first, it seems unlikely that 23 people would be enough for a 50% chance of shared birthdays, but it makes more sense when you consider the number of birthday comparisons. With 23 people, there are 23 times 22 divided by 2 is equal to 253 pairs of people to compare, which is much more than half the number of days in a year, 365. This concept has real-world uses, such as in cryptography. A birthday attack uses the birthday paradox principle to find 2 different inputs that produce the same hash value more efficiently, exploiting the likelihood of collisions in hash functions. The problem is often credited to mathematician Harold Davenport around 1927, though he didn't publish it because he assumed someone else must have discovered it earlier. The first published version was by Richard von Mises in 1939. The National Security Agency, NSA, has used the principles behind the birthday paradox to understand and design secure hash functions. In the 1980s and 1990s, cryptographers realized that the birthday paradox could be used to mount efficient birthday attacks on hash functions. A hash function takes an input and produces a fixed-size string of characters, which appears random. For a secure hash function, it should be computationally infeasible to find 2 different inputs that produce the same hash output, a collision. However, due to the birthday paradox, if you have a large number of different inputs, the chances of finding a collision increase dramatically. This understanding led to the development of more robust cryptographic standards and practices, ensuring that hash functions are secure against the probabilistic attacks, Gabriel's horn, also known as Torricelli's trumpet. is a fascinating geometric shape that has an infinite surface area but a finite volume. This paradoxical figure was named after the archangel Gabriel, who was said to blow a horn to announce Judgment Day in Christian tradition. The shape was first studied in the 17th century by Evangelista Torricelli, an Italian physicist and mathematician. It's a super long trumpet that stretches out to infinity. If you tried to paint the outside of this trumpet, you would need an infinite amount of paint because it has an endless surface area. So you could never paint it because it's impossible. But here's the magic part. If you wanted to fill the inside of the trumpet with honey or whatever, you would only need a certain amount. Even though it's super long, you can fill it up with a finite or limited amount of honey. It's a special trumpet that's impossible to cover on the outside, but possible to fill on the inside. The elevator paradox. The elevator paradox is an interesting phenomenon to fill on the inside. The elevator paradox. The elevator paradox is an interesting phenomenon observed by two physicists, Marvin Stern and George Gamow, who worked in a tall building. Gamow noticed that the first elevator to stop at his floor near the bottom was usually going there. Meanwhile, Stern, who worked near the top floor, observed that the first elevator to stop at his floor was usually going up. This seems to suggest that elevators are more likely to be going in one direction depending on which floor you're on, which is a bit confusing at first. Imagine a building with 30 floors and one slow elevator. The elevator stops at every floor as it goes up and down. If you're on the first floor and walk up to the elevator at a random time, most of the time the elevator will be on its way down. This is because the elevator spends a lot of time traveling down through all the floors after reaching the top. If you're on the 29th floor, the elevator will usually be coming up to pick up people going to the top floor, so it will be more often going up when it first stops at your floor. The elevator takes 1 minute to travel between each floor. If you stand by the elevator doors on the first floor and just wait, it takes the elevator 30 minutes to go up to the top floor and 30 minutes to come back down to the bottom. That's 60 minutes for a full round trip. During this time, the elevator is only going up past the first floor for the first 2 minutes of each hour, from 0 to 2 minutes. The rest of the time, 58 minutes, it's coming down past the first floor. So if you walk up to the elevator at a random time, there's only a small chance, 2 out of 60. It's going up, a big chance, 58 out of 60. It's going down. The same idea applies if you're near the top floor, but in reverse. The elevator is more likely to be on its way up to the top floor when it first stops at your floor. The elevator paradox is about how elevators seem to be more likely to be going in one direction depending on which floor you're on. This makes it seem like it's always going in the opposite direction of where you want to go. St. Petersburg paradox. In 1713, mathematician Nicholas Bernoulli put forth a question about the notion of expected value that came to be known as the St. Petersburg paradox. Consider a game where you flip a coin. If it lands heads on the first flip, you win $1. If it lands heads on the second flip, you win $2, and so on, doubling your winnings each time it lands heads. This goes on ad infinitum. On heads, it pays out double the prior round and the game ends. On tails, the coin is tossed again. Now, how much would you pay to play this game? Pick a number in your head. It's more fun than if you just skip ahead. Based on the expected value theory, a rational person should be willing to pay any price for a ticket in this game. After all, there's a small probability that the coin will land on tails so many times in a row that the payout is infinity, and anything times infinity is infinity. In reality, however, people are rarely willing to pay more than $10.02. This is the St. Petersburg paradox. Why are people only willing to pay $10 for a game which has infinite expected?
Oh, I should really thought about this. Wasn't he discussing that?
Hi everyone, welcome to the third finance class. We're going to be reviewing what we learned in lesson 1 and lesson 2. I made this PowerPoint, and there's a link in the description box of the first two lessons to Google Drive, where a lot of these files are available. So you can open up these Excel files yourself. There's a PowerPoint file that kind of teach from as well. So without just keep it down.
Okay, it wasn't this. It was this last.
Okay, thanks for joining everyone. This is the second installment of finance. I do need an introduction music, that'd be fun. The product has passed to the customer. So someone else owns the... Okay, so you're done. You can have your laptop. 60K too gas. 60K? Is that? Useless like that. Winner circle got it. J-Rock. I wouldn't sell it. That's mileage. Winner circle, that's your answer?
Wow, sell something. It's guaranteed success to Holland.
All right.
Hey,
You
you
also
all don't get the job. J-Rod. He's thinking out that box.
So
I'm putting his answer down as question.
Use this or
J-Rod, your mic doesn't work. Yeah, you're the guy who shows up to the interview.
Don't do
Don't do that. Bill,
this contract of $1.
Okay, 20 seconds. I was
I was gonna say, depending how long you're gonna live, say, I'm 20 years old right now, I'm gonna live to 7. It's older, age doesn't matter. Just pretend that, like, my nephews will have to take over.
My
My
son.
son.
$8?
$8?
Right.
Right?
No
No explanation given, but $8 is the answer you gave.
It's
Not a great answer. How about you, Kara?
I think it was sandbags. Sandbags rates.
It's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
The
The average American doesn't understand
planets.
planets.
Give us
Give us
a
a
hint.
hint.
Of course, blab.
Blab is-
I think it was the same type of question and answer.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think we're
It
back.
was in there.
Okay, Sam, you have an answer?
Yeah. Sorry, I lied that for a bit. But my answer is that present value of $1 is if you had $1 now versus $1 next year, you could use it out in the market and you can maybe earn interest on it or make an investment. So you kind of pick a common or what looks to be a trending interest rate. Use the present value table. Once you get into perpetuity of the present value of $1, it stops really mattering how many years. So when people are talking about ages, that's why it kind of doesn't really matter. So you'd rather have $1 now versus later, so you'd rather sell it, I'd say around $13.50.
13 and a half. Wow.
Wow.
Bam! What an answer. What a babe. What a goddess. What a genius. Congratulations. You're insanely
Smarter than everyone.
Charlie,
Charlie,
you
do you
accept
accept? You're buying it for $13.50?
What are you doing?
All right, you're done. $13.50. Trade's done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course,
It's
it's
probably
probably
worth about 50
$50.
bucks.
Similar.
I guess like
value.
Bernoulli came up with a psychological and behavioral explanation. They proposed that the desirability or utility associated with a financial gain depends
It's not related with the year, so that's why it says $10, but that other question, that contract is associated with a year. So you have to say more than $12, but the other person to buy it, you also have to minimize it, so $13.50 is the best.
They proposed that the desirability or utility.
So $8 is a loss because it's lower than 12, but higher than $13 or $14 is distance. You cannot sell the contract. That was the point of the question.
associated with a financial gain depends not only on the gain itself, but also on the wealth of the person who is making this gain. This makes intuitive sense to a person who has no money. $500 could make a big impact on their life. To the person who has $1 million, an extra $500 doesn't really change anything for them. Instead of computing the expectation value of the winnings, they proposed to compute the expectation value of the gain in utility. Bernoulli
In
concluded
finance, you can say that exceptional value.
that individuals were willing to pay only $10 rather than an infinite sum because the marginal utility of money diminishes as wealth increases. The Hilbert Hotel. Imagine a hotel with an infinite number of rooms, each numbered from 1 and upwards without any limit. This means there's always room for every number you can think of, forever, infinity. Ruskin and was popularized through George Gamo's 1947 25 lecture, coupling everyone around in a clever way. The idea was introduced by David Hilbert in a 1925 lecture, Hubertus Unendlich, and was popularized through George Gamo's 1947 book 1, 2, 3, Infinity. Russell's paradox. Russell's paradox is a tricky problem in math that was discovered by Bertrand Russell, an English mathematician and philosopher back in 1901. He found a big problem in a system created by another math expert named Gottlob Frege. Frege came up with a rule called the comprehension principle. This rule basically said that if you have a condition, like all red things, you can make a set containing all the things that meet that condition, like all the red apples. It sounds pretty simple, right? But here's where things get complex. Russell realized that if you apply this rule to all conditions, it leads to some strange situations. Imagine a set of all sets that don't contain themselves. Sounds okay at first, but then we ask, does this set contain itself? If it does, then it shouldn't, because it's supposed to contain only sets that don't contain themselves. But if it doesn't contain itself, then it should, because it fits the condition of sets that don't contain themselves. Baffling, right? This mess up is called Russell's paradox. It basically shows that if you try to make a set of all sets, you run into problems. It's like trying to define a word using the word itself in the definition. Things get all tangled up. To fix this, mathematicians had to put limits on Frege's rule. They came up with new rules, like the Zermelo-Frankel system, which says you can't make sets bigger than ones you already have. This way, you avoid those weird situations, like trying to make a set of all sets. Banach-Tarski paradox. The Banach-Tarski paradox is a mind-bending concept in geometry. It basically says you can take a solid ball, chop it into a few pieces, then rearrange them into two identical solid balls without stretching, bending, or adding anything. Sounds crazy, right? What's even weirder is that these pieces aren't normal solids. They're made up of infinitely many points scattered around. So when you put them back together, you're not dealing with traditional volume. This idea challenges our basic geometric intuition. Normally, when you move things around without changing their shape, you expect the volume to stay the same. But here, that's not the case. Even though the pieces themselves don't have volumes you can measure, putting them together creates something with a volume. The proof of this paradox relies heavily on certain principles in set theory, especially the axiom of choice, which lets you make some funky sets that don't behave like normal ones. Surprisingly, it's been shown that you can move these pieces around smoothly without them crashing into each other. Now, if we switch gears a bit and look at this paradox through a different mathematical lens called locales instead of traditional spaces, it doesn't break the rules anymore. In this abstract setup, you can have spaces without points, but they're still not empty. And when you consider these intersections of pieces, they have a kind of hidden mass that can be measured, making everything fit together nicely in the end. It's a mind-bending result that shows how counterintuitive infinity and set theory can be.
Let's get back to skill rates. Next question. Okay. the subline. The pictures in there. When it's their favorites. It's like things disappeared. Sure. Yeah. It's easy, so. Oops. So this is why system. So I have this article. This can also help us maybe. Here's boundary condition. Below the boundary. Sorry, above the boundary, below the boundary. And this is our boundary. Which I can see. Real, I'm gonna This is it. Okay, so this thing right here that discusses, I'm gonna underline it, and I know I'll be okay with this. I need to read to explain. That part. So I somehow that can deal with the disease speculation and the condition for the building permitations should be an open sign. And I get let's acknowledge the math again comes from Mm. What is this? Mm. What is this? I was expecting something. May I ask a stupid question? The electrics cannot reflect, right? The electric makes light. Light. Absorption. Yeah, I asked this two questions, but I couldn't still answer them. So this smaller than this. No, this is bigger than this. Plasma frequency is bigger than that. Why did planets? Capture. Capture now. Will it work? We can capture. Alo anne. Ha, olsun olsun. Sıcak ya. Vallahi ne yapayım? Evet. Babama da dedi. Babam da seçince çok güzel olmuş bu arada. Seçim olsa güzel olacak. Yok ben yok kafeye geldim. Çalışıyorum makale okuyorum. Akşam yiyeceğim zaten böyle 5-6 gibi. 12. Aynen. Babam kaçta çıkar? 6-7 gibi 5-6 gibi çıksa yetişir. Oradan alır beni yani. Yok yok taksiyle gideceğim. Rahat giderim. Evet. Ya burada şey yaptım. Hem hastaydım hem de yani gündüzleri iyi oluyor aslında. Havuzda şey işte dışarı çıkınca ama geceleri uyumakta çok zorlanıyorum ben evde. Bir de temizleyemiyorum. Temizleyemediğim için oturulmuyor yani. Ben de erken kalkan, çok erken kalkmıyorum. Yani pazar günü olsun. Pazar günü yine de şey yani. O da mı bugün geliyor? Anne yeme ya. Sen de inatla yiyorsun. Anne dokunuyorsa yemeyeceğim. Bu kadar basit. Ben hiç bu sene hiç yemedim ben hamur işi gerçekten. Bıraktım. Benim de tansiyonum var anne. Öyle. Babama da yapma. Babam da yemesin. Babam da bana yemiyor mu diyor. Bana yemiyor mu diyor. Mesela salata istiyorum. Salata yiyor. Onu yiyor. Bunu yiyor. Sonra da ben istiyorum. Anlayamam. Babacığım anlatayım ya sana kurduğum sana. Ben sonra versin. Kuram yapıyorum. O yüzden hiç iletişime geçmiyorum. Ha, ayrı geldiler. Ha, Irak adamı kaldı. Sen çalışıyordu. Onu gerçek şey yapıyordu. Yine başını lazım. Şile nasıl yapıyor? Ne? Tamam. Satıyor da bir de fabrika işçisi bile öyle yapıyor. Yani çocuk orada, çocuk o, babası orada anlatıyor. Beraber kullanıyor. Şimdi yapayım. Ya ben İslam kadar şeyleri de daha güzel. Şimdi baktım, özgür. Ben İslam kadar değilim ben. Mesela sen bir şey söyleyince bir her şimdi gerçekten ümitlerin yokuşturucu gibi bana ister beni çıkamadan. Siz de anlam. Hani bak şeyimizi de öyle geliyor. Mesela ben anlamı aynı zamanda bir de söylüyorum. Doğru mu? Söyleyecekleri kısmı çok hoşuma bana. Doğru pek çok muhabbet İsmini de kötü ismi. Doğru değil. Neler istedim anlıyorum. Şeyi de gelmişim yola. Siyasi dönemde böyle biliyormuşum gelmişim. Şimdi ben de ne isterim. İnsan olabilir. Siyasi sevmeyi olan bir geldim. Seni sevmem ama yanaşma yani. Seni sevmeyen insan şey etmiyor. Bunda bir şey var ya, o gerçekten bilmiyorum. Ama bir şey yapıyor. Bence yine bir şey yapıyor. Sana daha çok seviyorum. Ben seviyorum. Ev aynen işte. Doğru doğru. Sen genel bunu bilin. Çünkü o kadar yani. Ben de yaptınız. Daha çabuk uyumuş. Böyle. Yani gittiğim ne zaman değil yani. Nasıl? Ben için mezunlar da sıkılıyor çünkü dört mutluysa farklı şey falan anlattım. Onun ne var? Yani onlardan çok kazanması lazım. Yani. Çünkü geçen sene yenildi. Zaten gerçi onlar da verdiğim havalesini bilmiyorum. Gösteriyor. Mesela şöyle şöyle şurada konu şey şimdi burası değil, burası değil. Elemanları daha çok onu düşünüyorlar. Sen böyle söylüyorsun. Ya, çünkü insanlar yani şey olarak böyle bir kuş sürmek şeyleri görüyor kızlarını. Acaba böyle şey mi? Böyle şeyleri yaptık. Bir de üstüne bir de sonra ben bir tane de yedim. Eskiden de hafif ben de şu bir ara böyle O not that I think. Ama bu şeylerden bulması yani. Anladım. Ama yetecek kadar değil yani. Orta kararım. Bana bırakmıyorum. Evet. Ben her şeyi biz çok uğraştırıyorum. Hiçbir yerden fazlasından değil. Tekrardan bulaşıcı şey. Araba bile araba bile süremeyeceğini tehlikeli. Böyle videoların çoğu aletli. Yıldır kaçtı. Capture any of the sounds. So, I kind of sit there. Well, that's give it called special. Oh shit, captured. Wolf sacked? Oh shit. What is this works for then? Oh no, captured. Science shit. I don't know what. Be careful with the smells. Shit. Hey, jump and drop them down. Yapacağım ben hastaydım ben de gerçekten iyi oluyorsun ama bu sırada şey çıkınca ama geceleri uyumakta çok zorlanıyorum ben öyle. Bir de pek sevmiyorum. Pek çok oturuyorum. Hatta erken kaldım. Ben çok erken kaldım. Capturing sound clip. Looks like this. I can't believe I couldn't turn off the sound and it's captured my call. Can't believe that. So it's such a dumb. Baba kaçta çıkar? Anyway, no one wants it, right? Switch around. Go for that snack. Mm, Okay. Looking so. If it does this, I swear to God. This is French opening. I just learned about it. My dad. He has to go like this. No, he failed. He failed to go like that. Oh, last night. Yes. Bad news. Sit out, but again, put on this line. Right? No, you're not. Spot again. It's too deep. No more checks. I'm not sure what to do. I think I can go here, right? I can come here then. I can prevent that check. Let's prevent that check, okay? How can we prevent that check? I think we can prevent that check. Can prevent that check through us, right? Can prevent the check. Prevent the check. Preventing the check. Wow. Oh, I hate this line right here. It's not for any of those. Yes, the food. Make a blunder. Make a blunder that. I will maybe this so I can get basically. Should have done that. What's the plan, Dad? What's your plan, Dad? Just check like again. You should get that. He does this. He does this. He does right. This. Yes, this. We'll give it a check. It's a good move for me. A check. Let's give a check. Give a check. I'll give a check for me. So, check here. Here or here. It's here. It's here. I have no idea what it's doing. Oh, so I have this check. Okay, he's gonna capture my. I'm gonna let him capture my document. And I'm gonna give a check here. And Ida's gonna come here. I'm gonna do this. And Ida's gonna do this. Gonna wait up. So let's do a check. You're either gonna come here or here. You also could come here. I don't know. I have no idea. If he comes here, I'll give him a check. If he comes here, I'll give him a check. If he comes here, okay, now look. I can give another check. Like this. This is good. Okay. Check. Can capture it. Okay. Cancel here. Cancel here. Okay. Okay. Good. We're good. Sure. Maybe I should continue checking, but I don't know how to check it. I'm gonna check here, so if you have to go with us. Because there's this. When I have to move, then it captures. Okay, that's not good. Let's go like this. Yep. This. But I also capture this one. This one. There's this. It's a good one. Ah, What's this mean? That is good. But ito ba nandiyan ko here, here, make something. Let it sweep you over. Sky. How am I supposed to? Is gonna move this. Neither. Picture. This. Something. He's done this, but I'm done. Okay. Bad move. It comes there. Let's come here. London. Was that on purpose? I don't know why blunder. Sugar here. That's good.